twos and threes are uphill battles.
Yes.
But you thrive on winning game ones.
Exactly.
So,
and this is just going to make it that much easier.
Yeah, definitely. So being on the play here, he's hoping for 2 creatures, Mox Opal opening, maybe even play a cranial plating. I mean, that'd be close to the nuts.
And if he knows anything about the deck he's playing against, cards like Steel Overseer, Master of Ethereum, they're going to be good for the most part. I think Ray might have like 4 Path to Exile, but that's got to be pretty close to it in terms of removal.
I don't know. I don't know what other Hatebears. Like, I guess if he has Leanin Arbiter, it's dead basically. What else is another Hatebear that's dead? Obviously,
Thalia. Thalia actually has some utility.
Thalia's actually
against
fine.
Plating,
I don't mind it. Yeah.
Opals, against it can stop some of the very busted stuff.
That is fine. I mean, if
might be too slow though.
It kind of stops Opals a little bit too. Like paying 1 for your Opal.
Yeah. I mean, granted. Wow. Did Ray roll the 11 or did Ray roll a 12?
Wow, I have no idea.
I don't know either.
But I don't think it's going to matter. So are we going to get that opener that I was talking about? Oh, no, I think we're going to leave with Signal Pest. I think that's way better.
This is a turn 1 Ravager, it looks like.
Oh, whoa. Oh, okay. So
Ray is going to respond to this Mox Opal, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think he had Dismember his opening hand, and it looks like he's probably going to fire it off.
Is it Dismember or is it Path?
I think I saw a Dismember.
Oh, okay, so he's not doing it.
So he's letting that happen, and now he's going to go ahead and jam Arcbound Ravager.
I don't like that. If I had a removal spell, I would have done it.
It's pretty hard though, because if you're Ray Gordon and you've got 5, maybe 6 removal spells in your whole deck, do you really want to use one on Memnite?
But this opening's busted. Like,
it's good, but I'm sure he's gonna play a creature here.
Yeah, but now this opening just blanks removal.
In a way, but the only thing he needs to remove currently is the Ravager. The Ravager, I don't know. I don't hate this. If you're playing a green-white deck, if you're playing a Jeskai style deck with lightning bolts and paths and a bunch of removal, sure, stop their explosive turn. But when your removal is very taxed, I like holding it for the bigger, more impactful plays.
I think the Scavenging is going to see that Galv Blast.
It could.
I can't imagine. Interesting. So I think that I don't know. That Galv Blast is. That Galv Blast is obviously going to see utility later on in the game as well. But this Scavenging Ooze is actually anti-Ravager because it grows at almost the same rate if he's sacrificing creatures, right? So that's. For me, that is absolutely a consideration. Yes. So I think I would rather just have it off the board. Besides the fact that it gains life. You know?
Definitely. So, and just removing any blocker here seems reasonable, just to push some damage through.
So
I think he has another Galblast in hand.
Does he?
He has a red spell.
Geez.
Yeah, it is. And
okay,
this is the Signal Pest here.
Signal Pest is great, obviously. So here we go.
All right. So let's see what Ray draws.
See, so like I said, this is a exceptional hand, even on the draw.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Actually, it might be better because not a bit better, but yeah. So a 3-mana guy is a Loxodon Smiter. Okay, so
there we go.
Here we go.
I imagine you just Galblast this at end of turn.
Yeah.
That frees up your mana to play whatever you draw and activate this Blinkmoth potentially.
Boom. Yeah, just get it.
So
get it out of the way.
I think
this is a great start.
Yeah, this is going to be very hard to overcome game 1. We know there's probably not any devastating.
Was that another Galblast? That was red.
Was it?
I think. It looked like it.
How much
is huge.
6,
2, 4,
7,
6,
8 damage. I
8?
think.
Yeah, it's 8.
Yeah,
goes to 9. Makes next turn not lethal, but getting there.
Well, it needs a blocker, or it is.
No, because it goes to 8, right?
But he can sack the Opal to the Ravager if that's going to kill him.
Oh, now it's lethal.
Yeah.
No matter what, right?
Now it's lethal.
There's no reason not to play that card. Actually, he was kind of debating it. There's no reason not to play it just because what is this deck going to have in the main?
Not against the green-white deck.
Exactly.
There's no reason to hold back. Ooh, Horizon Canopy, a good value land, but not what you're looking for against the aggro deck.
It's definitely not good here. Uh-oh. This is a Noble Hierarch. It's too little too late for that. I think accelerating that turn 2 Loxodon Spider would have been decent, but here this is rough.
This is going to be all but over. Even if he has a path and he Ghost Quarters the Blinkmoth, I still don't see any coming back.
Yeah, you mean on the following turn? Absolutely.
Right now, if he has path, he'll kill something. If he has Ghost Quarter, he can get rid of the Blinkmoth if it attacks. But I don't think I think he's just treading water. I don't see how he's going to overcome all these creatures when he has just the Noble Hierarch.
No, Arcbound Ravager provides that kind of inevitability, right? That's just what the card has done since it got printed.
And any removal spell it's not great in the face of the Ravager. Yeah, it's just oh, okay, well, I'll just move counters around, deal the same amount of damage I was going to deal.
What is this?
Just one
Scourge. Okay.
Just putting an artifact in play.
Yeah, no, because again,
potentially.
Arcbound Ravager, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna flip this Blinkmoth on. I'm assuming
might as well.
You gotta force him.
Yeah, the Ghost Quarter can hit it no matter if he activates it or not. Why not send it in?
Yep. Uh-oh.
Here's
so
the path.
So the path is coming. Yeah, but what do you path? Probably the Signal Pest, right?
Yeah, I think so. The single player represents a lot of damage.
Oh, okay. He's not
And-
going to show him anything. He's just going to
Okay.
go to game 2. Fair enough. I mean, that, like I said, like game 1, that's Affinity's game, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's theirs to lose, and I very rarely see them stumble hard enough to not
lose,
scoop up
yeah.
a win. Yeah.
And even if he had the path and he goes scores the blink moth,
He's dead the next turn. It doesn't matter.
yeah, it's going to be still pretty hard to overcome.
Yeah.
He's going to need multiple creatures or multiple removal spells.
He's got a fancy deck box. Look at that thing. It's like wood with like leather bound straps.
Is it?
Yeah. Look at it.
I mean, I can see a little bit. Is it wood?
Yeah. It's crazy fancy. Actually, I think I've seen these online. They even have like Bluetooth detectors in them. So like if you lose your deck box, you know what it is.
You just find it.
Yeah. It's super
Solid.
fancy. Yeah. I mean Magic players spend a lot of money on these cards. To invest
Magic
in a little bit
players,
of
yeah.
security. I mean, Chris, you know what it's like.
I mean, I kind of do. I am about the playability of cards. I'm about the functionality. I'm not the kind of guy that collects foils. I'm not the kind of guy that
Absolutely,
gets
yeah.
things signed. I don't value anything other than the functionality of the card.
Mhm.
And with that in mind, I mean, I don't care about the flair or anything. Like, I don't think sleeves or special deck boxes or anything are
Yeah,
cool
definitely.
or playmats, but that's important to a lot of people. And just getting specific art, getting foils. I've seen people that foil out their decks. Some people are all about that.
I mean, I understand, like, living on the road, like, no excess. Like, we don't want any of that. We want to just, like, cut the fat, right?
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same time, like...
You like a little flair?
I do like a little flair. I have like a little hip deck box.
Oh,
You've seen
man.
it. You've seen it.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah, I just put it on. It's like it's got a little chain on it. Or not a chain, but the hook for the climbing hook.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got one of those. And you hook it
Like
on
a carabiner?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You just hook it onto your little belt loop, carry it around.
There we go.
I love that thing.
Have it hit you in the leg all day.
It's awesome. Yeah, and I actually even have a. So we have a fire and dice pin. Put it on that. But if I'm not if I'm feeling kind of frisky, I'll put my Simic pin on that I got a couple years back.
But not every time.
Not every time. Most of the time.
Just when you're feeling frisky.
Yeah, because I have to be professional.
Of course.
You
of
know,
course.
so
And that
I'd
Simic
rather-
pin,
Yeah, it's just really not. It's not becoming.
Yeah,
As a
for
person,
sure.
as one of the owners of Fire and Dice.
it is one of the worst guilds.
It's actually not, and you're 100% wrong. But whatever.
Well,
one of the worst
just
guilds.
saying.
One of the worst guilds got to be Demir. You got to shut up right now.
No, I
It's
think
the
Demir's
absolute worst.
pretty sweet, pretty good.
No.
I have my little pin just right down here in my feet in my little bag. Got my Demir pin.
Where did you get yours? San Jose?
I don't know.
It was a GP.
Didn't they give them out at the pre-release too?
No, they only give. Those were not. They're not the same kind
Not
of pins.
pins?
These are like the actual metal pins that you fasten.
I'm gonna go ahead and bust it out.
Yeah, sure.
Just so people know what we're talking about.
What we're
It's
talking
not
about. Yeah, in
just-
case
it's
you
not
guys.
just randomness.
So just so you know, like the reason to go to GPs is because there's actually a lot of swag involved. Like you get a promo, you get usually these days you get a playmat, and they used to give out these. So this is the Demir pin. I don't know if you can. Yeah, so it's really sweet. It's high quality. It's got the Demir logo on it,
High quality.
and I think it's high quality. I
Just
mean,
a pin.
you've had it for like 4 years, or well, not
I
that
mean,
long.
that's true. Well, I don't know.
Probably 4
maybe.
years. Yeah.
For sure,
So-
because what, like three years
Yeah, it's
old?
been 3 years now. But they gave one out for every guild, and you got those only at GPs. You couldn't at the pre-release. They had similar ones, but they were the more like the flimsy, like paper ones with
so the high quality one is reserved for.
for actual main events. Yeah, like the GP. So, and that's what Chris has got there. I've got a
There we
Simic
go.
one. For another friend of mine has all 10. I mean, people just when you registered for the event, they just asked you like which pin you would like. And that's what you got. I think when I went to that event, it was Team Sealed because you went with Kara and Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
I went with Lasky and Reese, and I think Reese and I both got Simic, and then Lasky got something red. Oh, he got Izzet.
Is it?
Yeah, he got Izzet.
This is kind of cool.
Yeah, I think Izzet's better than Dimir, so yeah.
Well, yeah, that's like your opinion, man.
Statement of fact. Statement of fact.
Ooh,
But here
starting
we
with
go.
Horizon
Starting with Horizon
Canopy.
Academy is not where you want to be against Affinity, but here we go. We're gonna Noble Hierarch is good though.
Yeah.
So 'cause this enables a pretty explosive turn two play.
Looks like he's got Stony Silence in hand.
Yeah.
And 2 Smiters. What do you go with turn 2? If your opponent plays like a Memnite and like a Blinkmon Nexus and a Springleaf Drum, what
so
do you do?
is that what's happening right now?
I mean,
Oh,
no.
I jammed the Lockdown Smiter here.
I agree. None of these cards get affected by Stony Silence, assuming he doesn't jam anything else.
No.
I think
But
it's fairly safe.
And it's just like, also, as the Affinity player, if he spends his next turn casting a spell that's going to get affected by Stony Silence, you time walk them.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's fine. Like, I think Like, so here, if he just jams like a Loxodon Smiter, that's great. His opponent's like, that's fine, I'll fly over it with this.
The only problem that I foresee is if he has a Mox Opal and a plating. Because then he goes second land, plating, Mox Opal,
Equip.
equip.
Yeah.
And
But-
that could be...
But he has to have, so he's kind of aware of that too. He has to have drawn the Opal. Because
Yeah.
if he had the Opal to begin with, this is different, right?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't jam it. If it doesn't do anything on this board, I would hold it for information.
Fair enough. So we've got deck lists here. Taking a look at him right now. Travis Wagner on Affinity. Let's see what he could have brought in. Let's see. I see Gearport Aether Grid might be reasonable, maybe. Thoughtseize. I think I would bring in Thoughtseize, although they're terrible against Loxodon Smiters.
Just don't choose them.
Well, it depends on what's in their
If
hand.
they've got all 3 Loxodon Smiters, what do? You choose one, right?
You probably cry.
Yeah, you choose one and it doesn't end well.
Yeah. Got Dismember here. Spellskites. I don't know if I'd bring in Spellskites, but I do like Dismember. I like Etch Champion here.
Yeah.
Etch
This
Champion
deck's got
making
a
a
bunch of
resurgence.
creatures.
Yeah.
You know, I think Etch
Et-
Champion...
Etch Champion's certainly
Resilience.
fine. Relic of Progenitus, maybe, probably not though. Grafdigger's Cage. I don't know if Grafdigger's Cage affects anything on the Hatebears side, but we didn't see anything.
It's hard to
game
know,
one.
though.
Yeah,
It's hard to know if he's playing like Collective Company or anything like that.
Yeah. And
So-
so what do we know?
Well,
Oh,
I'm going to ask you this again.
okay. You're gonna quiz me.
This Hatebears deck has exactly one card from Shadows over Innistrad in it.
Oh my
Which card
goodness.
is it?
From Shadows over Innistrad.
Yep. Same question as before.
Tireless Tracker.
It is not Tireless Tracker.
Is it Duskwatch?
It's a mythic.
It's a mythic. In green white. It's not Sigarda. There's no way.
No, it's not Sigarda.
Don't say Arlencourt again.
No, no splash
the,
here.
the random red splash.
No splash here.
Wow. We're gonna keep playing this
I'm going to
game.
give you one more try. And then
Avacyn.
Yeah, it's Avacyn.
Okay, fair enough. I mean,
One Avacyn,
it probably
Archangel Avacyn.
it probably should have been Avacyn to begin with, but is what it
I
is.
don't know. I don't hate Tireless Tracker as the suggestion.
No, I think Tireless Tracker is actually fine.
Yeah, better in Modern.
True, with fetch lands. Yeah.
Seems pretty solid. Investigating might be a tad slow though.
No, in modern it's 100% too slow. However, like, isn't it fine? Like,
It might be.
yeah, like it's free.
We'll have to test that.
Maybe I don't know if we will, but we maybe.
So looks like Ray's getting beaten down in the air. He's got 2 Vault Scourges and a Blinkmoth on the other side of the table that have hit him in the face a few times, down to 14. Stony Silence lets the creature still attack, so not completely locked out.
Wow, Stony Silence did more than shut off.
Yeah,
activated
and
us.
artifacts can attack.
They can't tap actually.
Yeah.
You can't tap them whatsoever.
And you can't cast any more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Stony Silence. 2 mana.
And exile all artifacts from graveyards.
Yeah, GG boys.
Yeah.
So
coming in for 5.
already pretty
Crunch.
incredible. Yeah, that's a big guy.
Yeah, Smiter's no slouch. He hits hard. You know.
See, this is actually why, and here's my reasoning. Again, like I would have really liked to see Smiter on turn 2, because it gets your clock started, right? But B, now I think.
But you know what?
We would have seen. Go ahead.
I think Wigger has a Mox Opal and has the plating in hand.
Oh, you think he was going for that play?
Yeah,
I see.
well,
I
think
see the opal
there's
now.
definitely
Yeah.
an opal, and I think
Yeah.
I saw a plating earlier.
No, I did see the play. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think I would want. See, if I'm in
would
this
take that
position,
risk.
I would take that risk. I want my opponent to play his turn as if like this play is going to win me the game,
Yeah.
and then slamming Stony Silence.
And there's also something to be said that he does not have another way to cast the Hierarch or the Loxodon Smiter if the Hierarch dies. Like looking at his mana base, these Loxodon
that's
Smiters
true.
cost green-white. If
That's
the
true.
Hierarch somehow died,
So one Gulf Blast, yeah,
Yeah.
just completely derails you.
exactly. So
So if you're on there with no clock but a Stony Silence in play, like that's not the worst, but you're not in a great spot.
yeah, you're still
we're
gonna
gonna-
get beat down by these blocks or by these lands
Yeah.
and Vault Scourges. So getting Ghost Quartered, going to save some damage. He's going to search out a basic here.
Hmm
Probably Mountain. I believe.
I imagine Mountain, but
yeah.
I think there was is there Thoughtcast? I mean, you
I
have
think
the-
he has
the
Thoughtcast
checklist.
as well.
Oh wait, no. What am I
No,
doing?
you do. But I believe I saw Thoughtcast as well in his hand.
Yeah, that's what
But
I
we
thought.
saw Mountain game 1.
Well,
so.
we saw. Well, we didn't see it, but he has Master of Ethereum. He actually already has 2 Etch Champion in the main. But he has 4 Galblast and a Singleton Thoughtcast.
And then I think it's in his hand right now.
Yeah.
But I think if you have the Galblast, you got to get Mountain here. Like you've got to close this game quickly. This
Yeah,
Stony Silence
that's
is going
what-
to make
it-
your cards so bad.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time before your opponent can kill you.
Yeah. It accumulates value without actually doing anything.
Yeah. So I think playing the Steel Overseer here is okay. It's going to be on blocking duty. It's just going to
Yeah.
soak up some damage.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason to really hold it. I think what he's doing right now is considering if he's going to have to Galblast a Smiter or it's going to go upstairs. I think that's the main decision because he has 1 Galblast. Does he cut the clock in half, or does he try and kill Ray with it?
Well, the problem is it's a 2-turn clock if he doesn't cut it in half, right? Like, it's actually, he buys himself 4 turns if he Galvlasts a Loxodon Spider here without blocks, alright? But
Yes.
I guess that's, like, somewhat complicated by Vault Scourge because of Lifelink, but, I mean, in a vacuum, right? So I think,
Yeah.
so what's going on here? He takes 1, he goes to 10.
Oh, this is 4 mana? I'm not sure.
Oh my goodness.
Creeping Corrosion.
Stop it. That
Well-
is, that's probably going to be game.
If Stony Silence was unbeatable, this card is...
This is the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
This is it.
Alright, so Travis looks like he's considering the Galblast here while Metalcraft is online.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, see, so now here, you absolutely Galvlast the guy. This is not going to the head.
Correct.
There's no way.
Once you see this,
Yeah,
it's for sure. It's locked.
yeah. So,
So looking at Ray's board, so he does not want to lose to Affinity. He's got the 3 Stony Silence, 3 Stony Silence. He's got 2 Ghostly Prison, which I imagine come in this matchup as well.
they're probably really good, yeah.
like, you know, Affinity swarms the board, but they don't have a lot of lands.
I mean, they attack with their land, so there's no way they can do that if you have
Yeah.
Ghostly Prison.
like, literally, Ghostly Prison is going to be great against all non-plating draws.
It's true.
2 Engineered Explosives. I think also great in the matchup.
Yeah, usually at 0, they're good enough.
Yeah, exactly. And then a Creeping Corrosion.
However, there is anti-synergy, like Stony Silence Engineered Explosives.
Well, I mean, explosives are flexible enough. They could be cast for anywhere between 0 and 3, depending on the board.
But if you draw, but I'm just saying about your
If you
draws
draw
are
both of
awkward.
them?
Yeah, like you can
That's
get
fair.
some really awkward draws if you go like Stony Silence, play it explosives.
But then I would counter that with saying, if you have the Stony Silence in play,
you're already winning.
what does it matter?
Yeah,
if you draw blank.
it's 100%
Right.
true. I agree.
Yeah.
Like Travis doing the old separate the cards that are Stony Silenced.
That's
Versus
true.
with my Mem Knight
Well,
on
I
the
mean,
side,
yeah,
but
we
he's
talked
definitely
about
just
this.
jumping.
This guy
yeah.
can block. You know, this guy's not completely helpless under the Stony Silence.
No.
Although, to be fair, Mem Knight's a strictly worse creature than Steel Overseer, right?
Like, does he have an out to the Stony Silence though? Like, does he have
You
like?
tell me.
I keep on doing this. So doesn't look like he does. Although I do like Europe or Aether Grid a lot. I don't
Ooh,
think it's very
he's
good
got
right
some
now.
Whip Flare, too.
Yeah, he's got Whip Flare, but
100%
again,
Whip Flare.
not very good. But no, he doesn't have actually anything. He needs to have Thoughtseize.
And he has Stubborn Denial if he's able to catch it with that.
Yeah. See, so for me personally, I'm a huge proponent of Wear Tear in these sideboards in general.
Mhm.
Wear Tear does everything you need at a little bit of a higher rate. Like it's 2 for a Shatter. Like you can get that for 1 in a lot of cards, and it's 1 for a Mystify, which is the actual rate.
Yeah.
But if you needed both sides, it's great.
The one-
You very rarely get to do it,
Mhm.
but it's actually great.
The one problem with Wear Tear, with using it to counter Stony Silence, though,
Mhm.
is that a lot of your white sources
Yeah,
are turned off.
our Opal. Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to either have it in play untapped and float the mana,
Mhm.
or you need to draw Glimmer Void.
Yeah. So while I agree with that, I still think it's better than not having a dedicated card for Stony Silence.
I agree, and I mean, Ancient Grudge is certainly better in the mirror,
Mhm.
and is going to be great against artifacts, but you want that answer to an enchantment.
Ooh, what is this gonna do?
Dramoka's Command, that's also a 1 of in the sideboard.
So he's gonna fight the Steel Overseer. Okay. And then what?
And put a counter on his, looks like his Smiter.
Actually, so Ray took 1 Infect here. He
Yeah.
actually could have activated his Tech Edge. Oh no, that's 3 lands. Sorry, I thought that Mox Opal was a land.
Usually it is,
Sure.
or at least functionally.
Yeah, exactly. But I think Travis is smart enough not going to play any more lands here because of the Tech Edge, obviously. Because he could Tech Edge and then with it on the stack do it again and get both Inkmoth Nexus, and that would shut the door pretty hard.
I feel like the door's been shut.
Yeah, I guess we're
Since
not.
the Creeping
We're not
Corrosion.
really talking about much. Okay, here's a.
Yeah.
I guess there's a bird.
Yeah, and I think putting the counter on the Smiter is actually relevant because
Yeah.
it's conceivable that another Galblast comes down at some point or he draws it.
Yeah, but Galblast is shut off.
I mean, you can still have 3 artifacts. You don't need.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
can turn on those Inkmoth Nexus.
exactly. Looks like you drew Glimmer Void for the turn, which makes him able to cast this Thoughtcast.
But that's
If he
he
gets
spends his
enough
entire turn
artifacts.
doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
see,
it looks
so-
like he would have to have Inkmoth activate itself, then tap the Mountain and the Glimmer Void to get to the requisite 2 mana.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Like the Stony Silence obviously did the most lifting that game, but the Creeping Corrosion
yeah.
was actually the only way that he was going to get through like that board because the way that it was at least at that point is if he draws a Massive Ethereum, on a blue source obviously, but if he draws a Massive Ethereum, those Vault Scourges are pretty naughty. Like they'll get in and they'll keep him from dying immediately.
And the clocks are pretty similar. Like if
Yeah,
the Smiter's
exactly.
hitting for 4, but then the Vault Scourgers are hitting for 2 and you're gaining 2,
Yeah,
that's the same clock.
exactly.
So I mean,
So-
definitely had outs to win through Stony Silence.
Mhm.
Um,
And that's what we were talking about this earlier actually,
Yeah.
because this is the second Affinity deck we've seen on stream today. I think this is the second
Yes,
one.
we
saw
saw
one
one
in
round
round
one.
one.
Mhm.
The reason why I like Mox Opal's pretty impressive. Like, yeah, it doesn't beat Stony Silence, but even with Stony Silence, there's a lot of ways to just punch through it. Like, you can still win through Stony Silence. The hate is
It's
potent.
hard.
Yeah, it's very hard.
You're just playing anemic
Yeah.
anemic creatures.
But I mean, again, let's just say the metagame evolves into let's start running Tempered Steel again. Well,
Mhm.
in that case, like, you don't even need that many guys, and who cares what they say on the text? Like, Etch Champion would be your best guy anyways.
yeah, they're just dorks. They're just
Yeah,
attacking and blocking.
But the reason why I was like, I think Mox Opal has a reasonable chance of getting banned is because it also it's in Lantern, and I think that's what enables a little bit more of what Lantern, like dumping.
Does
dumping their
Lantern
hand-
need a hit? Is that like swarming tournaments and
it's
putting
just-
up results?
It's just not fun to watch, Chris. I can't.
Well,
I can't.
Wizards isn't the fun police. They're not going to take a deck because it's
They
not
are the
fun.
They're 100% the fun police.
But not in that respect. They're not saying this deck is not fun to cover. We want to ban it. That is not a stance they take.
I don't know about that.
Well, like, okay, give me an example.
Not publicly.
Oh, but yeah, but I don't think they can justify banning anything from Lantern without results. If Lantern's not dominating the tournament scene, I don't see a reason why to ban a piece from it specifically.
So here's the question then. So why ban top?
I think top is banned for a lot of it is just functionality of how the card plays out with timing restrictions in tournaments.
So timing restrictions wise,
Yeah,
if we're talking about a deck that also pushes the limits,
that's a deck. You don't ban a deck. You have to ban a card.
Yeah.
Sensei's Cop is a single card that does this.
that is true. It's like the actual reason, right? The only way.
Yeah, with fetch lands, like Sensei Stop and fetch lands, like I don't even know how many decks would play top if it were legal.
Yeah.
Any mid range and control deck probably, right?
I
It's
don't
so
know.
it's such
I
a
don't
low
think-
cost.
Yeah, but you don't have a lot of time to just be doing that.
I mean, yeah, but the what you put in is not too. It doesn't cost much. One to activate, one to play.
No, I
It's-
understand.
it's
Well, what I mean is because it doesn't affect the board. It doesn't you don't actually generate a lot of advantage out of it. And the only way you could in Modern is if countertop's still no, it's not. If with countertop, and that's the same thing in Legacy. But certain other combo decks will play it because it's a serviceable replacement for like a Ponder or like a Preordain or something. It's like the fifth of those.
And
kind
with
of cards.
fetch lands though, it's like every turn.
but I don't
I
see
think
a
there would
lot
be,
of decks
like-
that have that much time on their hands to just be fetching and looking at the top three with that card.
It's
over
one
and
mana
over.
to do it additionally every turn. I think that in a deck
Yeah.
like Grixis Control, it would for sure be present because that deck plays a lot of fetch lands.
Ooh, a Linvala. Yeah, I maybe.
Is that a Westphal Abbey?
No way. So you lied and said that there was two cards?
I don't think there's a Westphal Abbey. That'd be sweet.
No Westfield Abbey.
Okay, I'm just
No,
seeing
no,
things.
no.
That's what I want. It looks like it, right? Maybe it's a Ghost Quarter.
It is a Ghost Quarter. It's
Okay.
from Innistrad, so maybe that's the theme.
Well,
is
there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost Quarter originally from Innistrad. Westphal Abbey now in Innistrad.
No, actually, it's not. Come on, get out of here. Ghost
What?
Quarter's from Ravnica. It's
It was in
Ascension.
Innistrad.
Yeah, but it wasn't Innistrad. You're just saying originally is the word is the phrasing you chose.
Oh no, it's where it's called its home.
Stop it.
Innistrad.
So we're leading with a Mem Knight over here. Inkmoth into Signal Fest. Okay, Vault Scourge still good.
Looks like he was thinking about it, so possibly has another one drop he had to choose between.
It looks like he does have Signal Fest. Oh no,
I
that's
see an
Opal.
opal. Yeah.
What?
So
so he's gonna go for the same.
he doesn't have another
same
one drop.
kind of functionality.
He has two opals, a plating, and a mountain, I think. Oh, Horizon Canopy again. How many does Ray play?
It looked like a
He's
lot.
on 4.
Yeah.
4 Horizon Canopy. So he's gonna have some pretty painful starts here.
Well,
Thoughtseize was
this
the
is
draw.
going to be the last start potentially.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So I feel like the play here.
did you say Thoughtseize is the draw?
Yeah, I think you have to Thoughtseize.
Yeah, you have to. No, because
Just because your plating is worth very little with Stony Silence. You're like,
it's actually worth nothing. I think.
well, he has enough mana here to equip it if he was so interested. Let's see, Wiltleaf.
Oh, don't take that.
don't take Wiltleaf. Leech.
Don't take Loxodon Smiter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dismember. So a couple removal spells, a couple expensive creatures, and a Ghost Quarter. This is not a great hand from Ray.
Would you take the Dismember or would you take the command? I think I would take the Dismember. The command.
The command requires a creature, so I think.
Yeah, he has he has Noble Hierarch, so put a counter, fight a guy.
Yeah.
But that's not great, but at least he can fight the Volt Scourge and block the Mem Knight.
So assuming, I think I would probably take command, and if I boarded in Aether Grid, I would for sure take command, which is a card that he could have looming in his deck that just gets incidentally hated on by this command.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he agrees.
So he takes the command.
Yeah, just because Dismember's not that great against like a plating, because you can keep moving it around. Like they can kill one thing, sure, but then whatever you play is going to be a big threat.
So here's the other question. I guess, are you going to Dismember this next turn, or are you going to cast this Smiter?
Yeah, the thing is, he's going to see the plating. I don't think Travis... Oh, Travis is going to be able to equip if he wants to put the second Mox Opal into play and sack his first. But that's going to just give a bonus of +3. I would be inclined to play Smiter, I think. It's really tough.
Just use your mana as efficiently as possible. I mean, the perfect draw would be a 2-drop or a 2-drop, right? It'd be or a Dromoka's Fin even.
Yeah.
So you have 2 removal spells up. Yeah, he's going to go for it.
He's going to go for the plating equip. So he's hellbent.
Yeah.
So this, he's going to get smacked for 6 here. Yeah, 2 power and then 4 artifacts.
Come on, Ray, you don't have a response. We know this. All right, cool. So he's going to get in there for 5?
6, I think.
Is it 5? Oh, 6?
Yeah, it should be 6.
Okay.
4 of it or 5 of it with lifelink.
All right, a reasonable turn 2.
Yes,
I mean, actually,
very reasonable turn 2.
The Thoughtseize was actually what enabled it, right? Like, otherwise...
Ooh, he drew a second Noble Hierarch, so I think I would Dismember now.
Yeah.
I would play the
So
second
no,
Noble
I agree.
Hierarch
I think so too.
off the Hierarch and Dismember. But only because of the draw of Noble Hierarch.
No, if it was a 2-drop or the Noble Hierarch, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only reason why. Otherwise, I think it's locks down Smiter because, like, you can't not respond to this pressure.
Exactly. And, he's got a flyer in the form of Linvala as soon as next turn. So he's going to be able to start blocking these creatures with plating on it. Mm-hmm. That Inkmoth, potentially a threat a little down the line. Right now it could be activated and attacked for 5 infect.
Mm-hmm. I think he's contemplating that. A land would chunk his half in life.
Yeah.
Right?
So I think he's going to go for the Hierarch.
I don't think... let's see. Travis...
Would you switch it over? If you're Travis and you draw a land, would you switch the plating to, like, Memnite?
Yeah.
Expecting the Dismember that you know about?
No, yeah, I would.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That also gives him the opportunity to block with Hierarch, though.
Still, I would rather my Memnite go down than my Vault Scourge.
I agree.
It has more value way later in the game.
Oh, for sure.
And you're gaining life. Like, it puts you out of reach of these, like, huge monsters that are going to start coming down soon.
Yeah, and Ray has a ton of ground creatures.
Yep.
And we saw Linvala, but we don't know how many. He probably has a lot less flyers, so this Vault Scourge is worth a bit more.
Yeah, it's definitely. I agree. I think there's a lot less flyers than Linvala is the lone one, I believe. Let's see.
I think Aven Mind Sensor is a card I think I've seen.
There's 2 in this deck. Okay, so he's got
deck list.
he's got Hushwing Griff too. I forgot. Oh, and Birds of Paradise. He's got reasonable ones.
He's got a few.
Yeah, these aren't. I mean, they're not.
I wonder. Oh man.
Hushwing Griff is interesting. You wouldn't keep it in this match, I'm pretty sure.
Well, the thing is, I like flyers against Affinity in general.
In general, I agree.
So I am not opposed to it.
This one has Flash.
And this one has Flash.
Yeah, this one has
that and the Mind Sensor.
Yeah.
We got some hateful birds coming in here. Oh, and he must be Ghost Quartering too. Does he have another land in hand?
That seems like way too many resources.
Yeah. Then why would he use the Horizon Canopy to pay for the 1? That cost him 5 life total instead of the Ghost Quarter. I don't understand.
Are we missing something? I don't think so.
I don't know. I also don't like chumping Memnite here. I think taking
that's
1 is...
That's fine. I would take the 1, and I would just... I would have just Ghost Quartered this Inkmoth Nexus. Like...
You would have?
Yeah, this is...
I don't think he has another land in hand.
Yeah, but he has... So if you don't block, at least get the Inkmoth Nexus off the table. And then you can go Smiter, and you can always block this Memnite.
I don't know. I like leaving both Hierarchs in play, dismembering the Vault Scourge, and then just playing Linvala in this turn.
Hmm.
There's a Pride Mage. That's a good draw.
Okay, that's not bad.
He's at 7, though. This Horizon Canopy is going to catch up with him pretty quick here. So this has to go after the plating, right? Like,
yeah, there's not really another target.
Yeah, you kind of want to kill the Vault Scourge too, but I think the plate...
Yeah,
dismembering the Vault Scourge, and then just playing Linvala in this turn.
Hmm.
There's a Pride Mage. That's a good draw.
Okay, that's not bad.
He's at 7, though. This Horizon Canopy is going to catch up with him pretty quick here. So this has to go after the plating, right? Like,
yeah, there's not really another target.
Yeah, you kind of want to kill the Vault Scourge too, but I think the plating just makes every creature a threat. You have to take care of the plating. Mm-hmm. So I imagine here we'll see a block on the Memnite and then kill the plating before damage. Oh.
Oh, wow.
That's going to force it because now he can move it at instant speed.
Yeah, he's not going to have a lot of choices. He's got to do it. And, obviously, Travis is hellbent. His onboard trick is pretty easy to see, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's that or he dies to it. So.
You know what I do, though? I don't think you leave up the 2 black. Because you have to assume the plating's going to bite the dust, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the benefit? I like just getting the Ink Moth hit in.
Suppose that's true.
Activate Ink Moth, move the plating to one of them. They're both pretty threatening. Probably Vault Scourge. You could also... Now, it can't be Memnite, because then he can just fizzle it anyways. So that's active, and... Alright, he's going to attack. Attack with all 3, and he's going to move at instant speed. So you just block the Memnite, you have to. And this is actually forces Travis to equip to one of the flyers. He could also equip to the Memnite, but then... I don't know. It doesn't really change anything, because that plating is not going to
You put it on the flyer. Yeah, it doesn't. It actually doesn't matter. You're right.
Yeah,
but
it's going to die.
It's happening anyways, right? So making Ray make a choice. It's not a hard one.
I think you just blow up the plating here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the clock is pretty anemic with just Vault Scourge and Memnite. Like, Ray can easily crawl back out of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has 5 cards in hand. We know about the Willy Fleege, we know about the Smiter, we know about the Linvala.
Yeah, so one land actually would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Like a white source would be very good here.
This is why I don't like chumping with the Hierarch. He prevented 1 damage.
Yeah, he
with
prevented
the
1
Hierarch.
damage, and he lost his ability to cast like a real threat here.
Exactly, he lost a mana source. Alright. That looks like a Plains.
Okay, so Linvala is going to come into play, I'm pretty sure.
I think so. That shuts down all attacks.
Yep.
So Travis needs a Plating or a Galv Blast here. Thoughtcast also wouldn't be terrible. Etch Champion wouldn't be terrible. But he's got a lot of blanks, like any lands, any like ground creatures or Ornithopters.
Even more flyers, yeah, in general.
Ornithopters, I mean, yeah, it's very specific. That's the thing about Affinity. You have like X number of action cards, and then you're playing all these bad cards to support them.
Yeah.
So like Plating, Ravager, Master of Ethereum, kind of Etch Champion.
Kind of Galvanic Blast, a little bit.
Galvanic Blast here would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a slam. Like if you have it, you go for it.
Yeah.
Thoughtseize. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
He knows about both of these.
Why did he do this?
No, that is. Oh, Ray's got to be jumping up and
down.
Oh
my god.
Ray is like.
I don't think I've ever seen this. I don't think I've ever actually seen this.
That is.
Wait a second. Yeah.
Pay 2 life. Put. That's so rough.
Oh my gosh.
Travis.
And then next turn he's gonna put the Whitley Leavage.
Did he write them down?
Anyways, yeah.
I don't know if he wrote them down. Even so,
Oh,
he knew about both of those cards.
Yeah.
He knew about them.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and pass.
That is rough. Oh, Ray must be super happy.
Yeah,
with
I think
this.
Ray was pretty on edge. Like, is this Linvala good enough? I don't know. But now he's got to be feeling real good about this game.
So here's a real question: can Ray even tap this Horizon Canopy anymore?
That's tough. I would try and play the rest of the game without, if I can help it. That being said, I need to get Travis dead right now. You know, it's not necessarily like, you know, in too much of a hurry. I don't want to lose like a plating off the top. But I need to end this game because he does have Burn in his deck, and he does have cards like Etch Champion, which suddenly I don't have an answer to. You know, so
and maybe Ray is thinking, well, if he Thoughtseize me the first time,
maybe he'll do it again. he did not play the Willy Fleege pre-combat, so we do know that. Looks like he's going to cast maybe another Smiter. Yep,
okay,
another
so
Smiter.
yeah, he's all right. So
this is safe. I like this.
This is potentially lethal next turn if he does cast the Wiltleaf Fleege, right? Like he can even attack with this Noble Hierarch.
Yeah, but if there are chumps that make Travis survive, he's dead to Gal Blast if he taps the.
Oh no, I agree. I completely. That's why I asked. I don't think he can go to 4.
I think it'd be tough.
Is this a master?
Etch Champion.
Etch Champion. This is a good blocker.
All right. Yeah, that's
Slows
a good
the clock
blocker
down, yeah.
and a good attacker. Now suddenly, Plating is lethal.
Plating is lethal.
Gal Blast is lethal. These cards just end the game on the spot if drawn by Travis, unless Ray has a good answer to this, either Etch Champion or a Plating that follows.
So he takes Travis to 9 here. Yeah, this is super close.
So I wonder if you get like really aggressive now. So if you did not draw an answer to Plating, you can't beat it, right?
Nope.
Can't beat Plating. So maybe you just send. He doesn't know he's playing Master. He can't beat. He can beat Master if he leaves Linvala back, but otherwise, I think attacking with all 3, getting that 7 damage is pretty important here.
Yeah, because if he goes to 4, any of these Smiters are lethal, and you know, again, the Wiltleaf Leavage makes the Linvala lethal as well. So,
Exactly.
I think I agree with that line.
So would you?
But here's the thing.
Dead Galblast too. Would you play Will Leaf League right now and just attack with everything?
No, see, so I thought about that. I really did.
What's wrong with that?
The problem is, there are blocks where he can just untap and then he'll have out like Arcbound Ravagers and out.
He can't beat Arcbound Ravager anyway. That's lethal on this board regardless.
So yeah,
attack with that champion, no blocks, make it
Yeah.
huge.
But here's the thing: this doesn't win the game on the.
It puts him on a 2-turn clock. He's going to attack with everything. Now the Smiters are 6/6s. The Linval is a 4-power creature. This is 14 power.
But if you send, so like, here's my thing: if you send this way anyways without the Wilt Leaf Liege, and you maybe bluff removal,
You have to go for it if you're Travis. What's the bluff going to do? Would he
true.
not go for the win?
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think you have to. I don't know. I like Linval attacking, just because the cards that kill you regardless. Like Linval blocking the Vault Scourge doesn't change it.
Mm-hmm. Very close. So, if you're in Travis's seat, you send?
I would send the Galblast that I drew at his face, if I could.
If you could.
If I did not draw the
If
Galblast,
that was your draw.
then I would reevaluate. If you attack for 2, clearly that's a 2-turn clock. But can you survive? I think you survive the turn by Jump
go
Smiter,
1,
Clump
2,
Smiter.
3.
No, that's lethal.
No.
Actually with Inkmoth,
Well, you go
yeah.
with Inkmoth. Yeah,
With
Inkmoth can
Inkmoth.
chump 2.
So Chump Smiter.
No, I think
Inkmoth jumps in front of like Will Leaf Liege.
that is literally his only out, unless he drew.
Oh, there's a Ghost Quarter. No, there's a Ghost Quarter.
Oh yeah.
So the
that's not
Inkmoth
enough.
isn't a serviceable blocker.
Blocker.
Ornithopter.
Ooh,
All right.
okay.
All right. I think
alright.
it comes down to this turn.
He has to have a removal spell.
Yeah. So and he's got the Horizon Canopy, so he gets 2 looks at a path. If he has one in his deck.
He does have 2 looks at a path. Okay, so going to 1 here is not going to matter.
So this is actually very close.
This is crazy close.
This is going to come down to top decks. He needs to leave the Ghost Quarter up, so that potentially Travis has 1 less blocker. I think just using planes to sack Canopy is where you start if you don't have the answer in hand.
Like he clearly doesn't.
Yeah, and doing that means the Hierarch has 1 power. Let's not forget that Will Leaf Leech pumps the
Yep.
Hierarch's power. That could make
That guy can get in.
it
yeah.
can make a little bit of a difference here. Sack the Canopy. That's where you got to start if you don't have an answer.
Yeah.
And definitely with the planes. Yep, here we go. He's doing it.
All right, go to 1. Can I see what that does? Yeah,
It doesn't lose life from the sack.
Literally gonna. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Literally just gonna draw a
Path?
card. Nope.
No path?
No.
It's got to be path, right?
Can you
He
imagine?
didn't have Spellskite to
Can-
board in, did he?
Can you
No
imagine?
Spellskite.
Can you imagine if it was creeping corrosion? Jeez.
You can't cast it. Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say.
that would be
that was a lot of feel bads.
exactly.
All right, send with the team. All right.
This sounds desperate to me.
This is desperate.
If he activates Inkmoth, you Ghost Quarter. But I think, Travis has got blocks to survive.
Yep.
Blocks the Smiter, blocks the Liege. And he's just going to take
And Linval gets in for 4,
5.
goes to 3.
Five,
Oh, 5
5 plus the Hierarch.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you can block that. Oh no, you can't.
But the Vault Scourge will gain a life too. So, he's going to go to 6 here, I think.
Yep.
Or he's going to take 5, but gain 1 back.
Oh, this is a pretty good match for the last match of the Swiss. This is a good.
Yeah.
One.
Do you know what's interesting
This is
though?
a win and in.
You know what I didn't consider? Does Travis have a Mox Opal in play? Oh, he does. Okay. I was going to say, Travis, if he could force an attack and remove Metalcraft, potentially he's not dead.
Yeah, that's why he's leaving. That's why he's reconsidering this noble hierarchy. But here,
I
I don't
know.
think.
Are we,
I don't think.
Are we allowing this takesies backsies?
I don't know. I don't think he's done with attacks declaring it. He's just like.
He's just thinking about it?
Yeah, because we haven't moved to blocks yet. It's pretty clear to me.
Okay. That's fair.
But here, okay. So
To me, it looked like he alpha'd, but
No, it absolutely looked like alpha, but he didn't finish resolving a declare of attack.
Sure.
So that's fine. But in this instance, so if Travis thinks he maybe dies to something random, I don't know. I don't
There's
know.
nothing.
There's like nothing you can
No.
just randomly die to here, right? So if he turns off Metalcraft unwittingly, that would be really unfortunate.
yeah, so that would be...
Because at this point, he does have to block at least 2 things, right? No, 3 things. He has to block 3 things.
He can...
He
No,
does
he
turn
can
off.
block...
No, he has to block 3 things.
Yeah, because if he blocks... Obviously, the Smiters are the biggest.
Yep.
If he blocks with Vault Scourge, he'll be effectively at 8. And Linvala plus Woodleaf Leech is 8.
Yeah.
So, 3 things.
He has to block 3 things.
And the Ghost Quarter is waiting in the wings for the Inkmoth activation. Wow, so this game is not over. Travis
No.
Travis does not have many blanks, though. Any artifact should turn on Metalcraft.
Yep.
So I think it would have to be, like, basic land. Let's see. I'm going to take a look at his deck list one more time.
Alright, so Travis is actually not going to activate the Inkmoth deck. I think that's kind of smart, actually.
I mean, I actually think... Oh, I completely disagree. If his outs to lose are basic land, You need to get that out of your deck. You need to activate the Ink
Oh,
Moth,
true.
force the Ghost Quarter.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe get like.
So assuming any artifact is lethal, his outs to lose include. Oh, there's no other basics in the deck, so it doesn't have to worry about that. Whip Flare, if you brought it in. Thoughtseize. Possibly Dismember.
He's gonna take the 4 off the Will Leaf Legion.
That's about it.
Yeah. It's a 4/4, right? Oh no, but does it pump itself? No.
It does not pump itself.
So it's a 4/4.
So he took the 4, gained the 1, should be at 4. Yep.
Okay. So Metalcraft currently off. He can turn it off.
There's very few. Yeah. So literally, I think like the sideboard cards, Thoughtseize, Whip Flare, are lose Travis the game. Otherwise, he should be good because should have an artifact. Mox
Oh
Opal.
wow.
Mox Opal too.
Mox Opal?
Mox Opal would be
Jeez.
so rough. Oh, it's a Ravager. That should be it.
That's it, right?
No,
No
don't
way.
do it. Don't. Oh, he let him block. Block. No, Travis.
Is it a Ravager? Are we sure?
I saw a Ravager. No, I would. If I were Ray, I would not let him do anything before blocks.
Doesn't matter. He's gonna get it with the Ghost Quarter.
Oh, he did not play the Ravager to enable Metalcraft. Travis. Oh,
It's a Ravager for sure.
I saw a Ravager. I think it's a
Oh, man.
mirrored in art Ravager.
This is a pretty hardcore punt.
It's. I mean, maybe he's just as an affinity player. Edge Champion pretty much says protection from colors.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true.
They forget about this Metalcraft business that is the requisite for this to be the case. Ray, I love the way Ray played this game. I
Yeah.
think I would have done almost every decision the same that he would have.
Yeah, I think so.
And
too.
he gave himself the best chance to win,
I
and
can't
I think
believe
he's
this.
pulling through.
I
with
can't believe this.
one land in play.
Travis is gonna feel very, very, very foolish when he plays this Arcbound
Ah.
Ravager. Like, oh my goodness!
Yeah, to be-
it's
yeah.
an Arcbound Ravager,
He
and now dead on board.
he cannot actually cast that. The Mox Opal is off. So we'll see if anyone catches that. He can't.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but
Because this is just a attack with everything, and you're going to take at least 6, 10, 14. There's a minimum 14 damage coming through.
yeah, there's no way he's not coming back from this.
Yeah.
My
And
goodness!
Ray Gordon going to advance to the top 8 of this modern GPT. here
Wow,
at Fire
that
and
was
Ice.
great. That was good.
That was
I
good.
mean, it was unfortunate for Travis. Like, I think he just thought he had it.
Didn't think about the Metalcraft.
Yeah, he
That's the
just
thing.
thought he had it.
Like
Wow.
literally,
Wow.
only draws that would lose in that game: Thoughtseize, Whip Flare if he brings it in,
Mhm.
and that's it. Just those
Well,
cards.
So, like you were saying, I like not Ghost Quartering there. It during his attack step.
Because you don't know how many basics he plays.
Yeah,
And
so-
a basic would be another out for him to lose.
Yeah, it's another dead card, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I would let him draw his card and then get in,
Exactly.
just because